My share will cover the topics of childhood trauma, addiction, and recovery.
Stuart, welcome. Shall we begin? Where are you from?
I'm from Bournemouth, in the United Kingdom.
How old are you?
I'm 49 years old.
Tell me, how was your childhood?
My childhood was okay, living with both my mum, my dad, and sisters. My dad would spend some time in the pub every day, and I remember always feeling sorry for my mum. Looking back, it made me feel resentful towards my dad. We always had food on the table though, and clothes on our backs.
What was your adolescent years and early adulthood like?
I was playing football for a local youth team and got picked out to play for Bournemouth. The scout who picked me out was somebody who would show me a lot of attention and love, and was someone I liked spending time with. Although now, I wonder why I would spend time on the weekends with him, and that my dad said it was okay for me to stay at his house. I guess my dad was just happy to go to the pub. Over a period of a couple of years, I was groomed by this man, and I sustained mental and physical abuse. Which could have been worse, I guess. Maybe I was more lucky than some others. My memory of this time is not too good, but I've remembered enough to now realize what it has caused me, and what it has caused me to turn out like.
Were there any signs of mental health and substance abuse at this point?
No, not at this age, around 13 to 15.
When did the topics we're discussing today start to become a severe problem, and what negative impacts did it and does it have on your life?
I've always drunk heavily, sometimes more excessive than others, but thought that was just being a part of the football drinking culture. And all my mates did it, so I didn't really know I had a real problem, or was suffering until about 2.5 years ago. Then came speed, ganja, ease, coke, and still the drink, of course.
Have you had help in terms of the topics related to your share?
I went into rehab after an incident where I was uncontrollable and undoubtedly could have killed somebody. So I was very lucky, and I believe God showed his face that day. I had shown violence towards my fiancée and security guards at the festival we were attending. I let myself down, and those I love. I receive a lot of help from a men's yoga mindfulness group, also being part of AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, and working a 12-step program.
What are some of the things you've learned from your experiences?
I've learned about boundaries and that acceptance is the key to all of my problems today. I've learned to love everybody, even my enemies and people who have hurt me. I've learned to breathe and be still on my mat, pray to the God of my understanding, and meditate. My inner connection is the key.
What positive message would you like to send to the people watching and to those going through what you've gone through?
To love everybody, to have a practice, a group, a program, and to live one day at a time. To find God in whichever way you choose. It could be nature, it could be your favorite cup, it could be anything you want your higher power to be.
What are some of the goals you have for the future?
To help others who are struggling with mental health problems, to continue to grow into the best version of a human I can, to always be there for my children and family, to explore the globe and seek the wonders that are out there in nature, to love everybody and to breathe.
Lastly, do you think somebody can make it in life despite the challenges and hurdles often associated with the topics raised in your share?
Yes, for sure. Stick with the winners and get rid of anything or any person or any place that doesn't serve you anymore. Put the work in every day, your practice, your prayer, your meditation, and you will get there. It's a beautiful place to be. To love everything and to be free. Thank you.
Stuart, thank you for sharing, and thank you all for watching and listening. Until next time. If you would like to share your story, then please comment below or contact us on our email or by DM. We do not ask for much as creators, but we appreciate more than ever when you share our content out of the goodness of your hearts. This is that moment. Please share these personal stories with anyone who will find solace, guidance, or encouragement from them. I believe to reach one, you have to teach one.
My share will cover the topics of mental health, addiction, recovery, and personal development.
Lee, welcome.
It's great to be here.
Shall we begin? How old are you?
I'm 43 years old.
Where are you from?
I'm currently based in Bournemouth.
Tell me, what was your childhood like?
I don't know where to start, really. I grew up in an abusive household where my stepdad would secretly beat up me and my brother, and was also abusing my sister. What a proper sick guy. I went in and out of foster care a few times, but like most troubled kids in care, I would often rebel or run away and stay with friends, and my friends became family. It wasn't long before I started breaking the law and becoming a menace in school. I was expelled from school for verbal abuse and throwing a bin at a teacher. Some of my friends were expelled that day too. Looking back, it was inevitable what was to follow.
How was your adolescence and early adulthood?
We all began to break the law and would shoplift to pay for our weed. I was arrested a few times in my teens, then I met a girl, and my life changed. We fell madly in love, I got her pregnant, and we had my first son. I ended up meeting a man in a pub one day, who must have seen something in me and offered me a job in the dockyards, scaffolding. I loved it. I got fully qualified, did all the courses, and even had to sign the official Secrets Act to scaffold for the SBS. I felt like the man. I had my own house, my own car, plenty of money to support the family, along with my partner and her great job.
Were there any signs of mental health and substance abuse at this point?
Life felt good. Then I started using drugs at work, as I idly thought it would enhance my production. Then I ended up breaking my hand. I couldn't scaffold anymore. I lost my career through it. I started to descend towards rock bottom. I couldn't afford the rent anymore and couldn't support my family or our lifestyle. I ended up getting really bad on the drugs. They took over my entire life and changed me as a person.
When did the topics we're discussing today start to become a severe problem? And what negative impacts did it and does it have on your life?
I was using speed, coke, pills, and anything that would pick me up. Along with the drugs, I started hanging around with my friends again, who were on the same drugs, up to no good, and would often be in and out of jail. In my head, I had to pay the rent for the house and feed my family, so there was no option in my mind. I had to make the money. It wasn't long before I was on the rob with them, doing robberies, burglaries, stealing boat engines. I'd steal anything. The inevitable happened, and I did my first stretch inside, but my partner and my son were still there. I came out but didn't learn. I went straight back to drugs and crime. I ended up back in jail for a few years. It got to my partner. She lost the plot herself and ended up finding someone else, and it broke me. I got back onto the drugs heavy and still pursued her. During that time, we even had 2 more boys whom I loved to bits. But I ended up back in jail, again. This time for a long sentence, I did my time and got out.
Have you had help in terms of the topics related to your share?
We ended up moving on from each other but remained friends. I then led a life based on sex, drugs and crime involving 2 insanely toxic relationships. I ended up back in jail twice for a total of 6 years. During the last sentence, something died in my heart. Broken over losing my family, I had a full emotional breakdown resulting in self-harm. I truly considered suicide. I had truly hit rock bottom. I hated the person I had become, and always had, but made a promise to myself, and the very next day dedicated myself to change, to be the true, decent and honest me.
What are your goals for the future?
I had this mad drive in me. I just felt I needed to help others in jail. I could see people everywhere in pain. I did Samaritan's courses and became a listener, and it completely opened my eyes to people who were going through the same as me.
What are some of the things you've learned from your experiences?
I have learned life can be hard, and hard for most people. That's just life. It's nothing personal. You've just got to work out what it is you want. And if it's good for you and the greater good, I'm sure the universe will let you have it. I'm proud of myself. I'm doing courses in counseling and mental health, along with skills for supporting others. Where I live is beautiful, and I've been lucky to meet good people. I miss my kids and my family, although I see them every few months.
What positive message would you like to send to the people watching and to those going through what you've gone through?
If you're going through the same, then I would say to you that life is better than this. Don't give yourself a hard time, because that will only hurt you. You are an amazing human being, and you will get through this. Stay strong. This world is bigger than you think.
Lastly, do you think somebody can make it in life despite the challenges and hurdles often associated with the topics raised in your share?
Of course they can. We are capable of everything at some point. You will realize that. All the shit you've been through is to make you stronger in order to handle the road ahead. All the bad things are just lessons. There's always an angel and a silver lining. I've been lucky to know a few throughout my life, and I thank each one. A big thank you to Chris. Thank you, and thank you for letting me share.
Lee, thank you for sharing, and thank you all for watching and listening. Until next time. If you would like to share your story, then please comment below or contact us on our email or by DM. I believe to reach one, you have to teach one.
My share will cover the topics of child abuse, mental health, addiction, recovery, and overcoming fear.
Welcome, Nathan. Shall we begin? Where are you from?
I'm from East London, but currently live in Bournemouth.
How old are you?
I'm 43 years old.
Tell me, how was your childhood?
My childhood was fun at times when I was out of my house, but mainly it was full of violent abuse, being beat up, told off a lot, and hated because I was like my father who left my mum when I was 6. It was full of fear and wondering why my life is like this. I used to spend a lot of time with my nan and granddad as I felt safe there. When I was 10, I was the last person to spend time with my granddad, who was an alcoholic and depressed. He hung himself that night, which affected me deeply.
What was your adolescent years and early adulthood like?
The only thing that was good when I got a little older was that I was very good at sports, cricket in particular, and should have turned pro. Sports were my escape from the violence at home, but a very violent episode when I was 15 from my mother's boyfriend who would punch me in the face most nights when sleeping. It broke me to pieces and I gave up the cricket, amongst other things. I developed real fear and anxiety at that point, and my mum didn't believe me, which didn't help. I then got into weed. I found solace with some friends, and then we started going to pubs a lot, hanging around on the streets, just smoking puff all of the time. I also didn't bother sitting my GCSEs as I bunked of school a lot and thought, what is the point? I then started doing odd jobs to get money as we were very poor as a family.
Were there any signs of mental health and substance abuse at this point?
Yes, I became reliant on weed and couldn't function without it, and started drinking a lot, but just thought it is what you do at that age. I was always scared inside and didn't feel that I could protect myself. I constantly felt fear and it just avoided being at home a lot. I tried to hang myself at 16 and started cutting my leg with a knife in the same spot to avoid it being seen.
When did the topics we're discussing today start to become a severe problem? And what negative impacts did it and does it have on your life?
I became addicted to cocaine at 25 and got into a lot of debt with dealers, and my life was just partying, drinking and using. For many years I was on the outside looking confident, outgoing. I developed an alter ego and could blag my way into jobs, places, women, etc. But my mental health and trauma seemed to always be present in me, and I found a way to suppress it for years and somehow got through life. I got married at 33 years of age. I had seemed to get away from it all, bought a house and had 2 kids at 37 and 40 years of age. But after a chance night out, I found cocaine again, and within 2 years, I had lost everything. I tried to kill myself again. The pain and trauma was as dark as it could be, as I lost everyone I loved. My life was full of police, hospitals, and institutions.
Have you had help in terms of the topics related to your share?
Yes, I have received a lot of help via 3 rehabs in a year. The third one got me to move to Bournemouth. I am now in recovery and nearly 22 months clean and sober thanks to my fellowship. I have had counselling for my childhood and adult trauma. I made peace with my life and all of the experiences.
What are some of the things you've learned from your experiences?
I have learned that despite how bad it gets, we are never truly alone, and help is available if you really want to change your life. Fear will always be present in me, but fear doesn't define me. My actions define me. My experiences have made me who I am, and that I have a lot to be grateful for in life, and I cannot change the past, but just focus on the future, and more importantly, stay in the day, stay in the moment, and try the best I can. I have also learned to love others, but most importantly, love myself.
What positive message would you like to send to the people watching and to those going through what you've gone through?
I would like to tell people to never give up. As long as you are alive, things can change. Whilst it's very hard to see it in the moment of pain and struggle, we are learning something about ourselves, about life, and it will make us stronger.
What goals do you have for the future?
My goals for the future are to start a business, to have financial security and make an impact on the world, provide my kids with a secure future and make amends for what I did, to be happy in my relationship with Amy, to continue helping people in addiction, mental health, and show the world a better version of itself.
Lastly, do you think somebody can make it in life despite the challenges and hurdles often associated with the topics raised in your share?
If I can overcome and get through the world, then absolutely, people listening to this can overcome the challenges of life. In our darkest moments, we find the light of guidance, strength, faith, and love. No matter how late it is, life can be altered and bettered.
Nathan, thank you for sharing. And thank you all for watching and listening. Until next time. If you would like to share your story, then please comment below or contact us on our email or by DM. We do not ask for much as creators, but we appreciate more than ever when you share our content out of the goodness of your hearts. This is that moment. Please share these personal stories with anyone who will find solace, guidance, or encouragement from them. I believe to reach one, you have to teach one.
My share will cover the subjects of mental health, addiction, recovery, and personal development.
Benjamin, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Let's begin. How old are you?
I'm 42 years old.
And where are you from?
I'm from good old United Kingdom.
Tell me, how was your childhood?
Guess you could say, a trip. Living with the devil, and then any local demon that was brave enough to take on Satan's offspring and dance with Lucifer herself. I experienced abuse of all kinds from a very young age.
What was your adolescence and early adulthood like?
My childhood and home was like so many families in England. Sons raised by single mothers, having 10 stepdads, and raised by the streets. My adolescent years were funked up beyond what I call recognizable. After suffering my childhood traumas, they lead me on a path of madness. Literally. I chose to leave home at around 13, nearly 14, due to an event involving firearms, my mum, and my then stepdad/fuckboy, coupled with me already previously spending around 5 years in the streets with the older kids. I was taken under their wings. This was 90s England.
Any signs of drink, drugs, or mental health at this point?
I got saved through art and music, and a hell of a lot of ganja, and whatever other chemical substances could help me escape reality on a regular basis. My mental health problems started when I was around 5 years old. I was always fast-minded, fast-paced, and couldn't sit still or focus. It was around age 8 that my true mental health suffered, and my soul was snatched from me.
When did the topics we're discussing today start to become uncontrollable? And what negative impacts did it and does it have on your life?
The effects still ripple to this day. They still have a negative impact on my life severely, with regards to relationships, friendships, communication, employment, and daily tasks.
Where are you in terms of the topics related to your share?
Although I'm not an addict, I live a life of recovery, from trauma, from drugs, from partying, raving, from gangs and road life, and I'm currently in the best place I could be right now. I smoke a little herb when I need to, and sip a little rum for Dutch courage, but God knows, I'm the best version of me right now.
What are your goals for the future?
My goals for the future are to own and run a successful company, to see my children happy, and to know I have beat the odds and can provide them the life they need for now and after I'm gone. I wish to see my friends happy and content in their lives and to become the best version of themselves, and I want to help others more.
What have you learned from your experiences?
My experiences have taught me a lot about life and who I am. I have learned that women and money don't mix. If it's not yours, don't touch it. Never trust a cop. Government are not your friend, and I've learned to forgive those who trespass against me.
What positive message would you like to send to the people going through what you've gone through?
What I've come to truly understand is that I am in my own way, and so were the people who have inflicted the most wickedest pains on me. They too had the same mental health problems, addictions, and development problems as me. Some just hide it better, and others continue the cycle of abuse, violence, and hatred until everybody is left bitter and sour. Although life is tough, I'm in a happy place. I'm learning that life is merely 10% life and 90% reaction. I'm just trying to get out of my own way now.
Lastly, do you think somebody could make it in life, despite the challenges and hurdles often associated with the topics raised in your share?
I truly believe that anybody from any background with any circumstance anywhere can make something of themselves in life. As long as you got drive, ambition, and a lot of willpower, all you need is a plan and some elbow grease and get stuck in no matter the odds.
Benjamin, thank you for sharing, and thank you all for watching and listening. Until next time. If you would like to share your story, then please comment or contact us on our email or by DM. We do not ask for much as creators, but we appreciate more than ever when you share our content out of the goodness of your hearts. This is that moment. Please share these personal stories with anyone who will find solace, guidance, or encouragement from them. I believe to reach one, you have to teach one.